All right. In the second part here, we're going to talk about the remainder theorem, the factor theorem, and the potential zeros. So that's going to take us through problem 30. Yeah, problem 30. Okay. All right. Remainder theorem and factor theorem. We just did the procedure in part 1 because that's when we find our f of, right? So for my remainder theorem, if f of any number is equal to k, then k is my remainder. So I want to find out if I divided 5x to the 6th minus 3x to the 3rd plus 8, if I divide that by x plus 1, what will my remainder be? So I'm going to do f of, remember it's always going to be the opposite, 5 times negative 1 to the 6th minus 3 times negative 1 to the 3rd plus 8. So negative 1 to the 6, 6 is even, so that's going to become a positive, so that's 5. Negative 1 to the 3rd, that's odd, so that's going to be negative. So a negative times a negative is going to make that a positive 3. Plus the 8, it's going to equal 16. So f of negative 1 is equal to 16, so my remainder is 16. If I were to factor that, I would have 16 for a remainder. Factor theorem is the same procedure. I'm going to find f of 7. Again, remember it's the opposite. If this is x minus 7, I am finding f of positive 7. And I'm just trying to find out, will it divide? This is a yes or a no. Okay, if f of a is equal to 0, then it is a yes. If it doesn't equal 0, then it is a no. My f of a is going to be f of 7. So I have 7 to the 3rd plus 5 times 7 to the 2nd minus 12 times 7 plus 14. I'm pretty sure I know the answer because both of these are positive. 343 plus 245 minus 84 plus 14. Well, this is going to take me almost to 600 positives. There is no way that's going to equal 0. So my factor theorem tells me no, x minus 7 is not a factor. Just finding f of. Okay. All right, potential zeros. Now, remember, we need our factors of p being the last constant term, and q being the leading term. My factors of 6 are going to be 1, 2, 3, and 6. My factors of 2, 1, and 2. So I've got to put all of my factors of p over my factors of q. So I have 1 over 1, 1 over 2, 3, and 6. 2 over 1, 2 over 2, 2 over 3, and 2 over 6. All right, now I got to write them proper. And just not for any mathematical reason whatsoever, I'm going to separate my fractions and my whole numbers. 1 over 1 gives me 1. 1 over 2, 1/2, 1/3, 1/6, 2. 2 over 2, that's 1. I already have that. 2/3. 2 over 6 is 1 over 3, so I already have that. So my potential solutions, we're not going to even try with these. These are just for practice on finding out what they are. Positive, negative, 1, 2, 1/2, 1/3, 1/6, and 2/3. Okay? All right, try it one more time. Don't let it worry you what the signs are. You're going to do positive, negative on both of them. P, Q. I think this one's going to turn out to be pretty long. I'm going to get a little more space here. So I have 1, 2, and 4. For 6, I have 1, 2, 3, and 6. P over Q. 1 over 1. I'm starting with this 1, and I'm going to put it over these 3 factors. 1 over 1, 1 over 2. And 1 over 4. Now I'm going to do 2, 2 over 1, 2 over 2, 2 over 4. Move to the 3, 3 over 1, 3 over 2, 3 over 4, and the 6, 6 over 1, 6 over 2, and 6 over 4. Okay, those are my setups. 1 over 1. And again, not for any mathematical reason, I'm just separating my fractions and my whole numbers. 1/4, 2 over 1, 2 over 2 is 1, I already have that. 2 over 4 is 1/2, I already have that. 3 over 1. 3 over 2. 3 over 4. 6 over 1. 6 over 2 is 3, I have that. 6 over 4 is 3 over 2, and I have that. All my potential possible answers are right there. That's a lot, but it's at least have some, so you're not just pulling a number out of thin air, right? All right, the other one I wanted to look at with 30, I do not know why that became, is the nice situation when A is 1. Because if A is 1, then my Q is 1, and all I need is my factors of P. So for this one right here, since A is 1, all I have is plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 5, and plus or minus 10. All I need is my factors of P if my A is 1. Okay? All right, I'm going to close this video, and then I'm going to open a third one and go to factoring my last 2 problems on my study guide.